Hi everyone, welcome to Dividends, the show for and about your College of Business, and lots to talk about today. We begin with our first guest, and that's Kathleen Thomas, the brand new department head for Finance and Economics, or Economics and Finance, depending on how you like to say it. But you've been in the College of Business for some time.
Yes, I have. Right. And I do need to go on record to say it is the Department of Finance and Economics. I think my faculty would be upset if I, on this show, decided to
Well, just tell them
rename it.
I said it, not you, so
Okay.
I'll take the heat for it. But you really are an economist.
Yes, I am.
All right, and we're going to get to that. But first, tell us how long you've been at State. Goodness, new department head, that's a challenge for you, right? So let's begin first with a little bit of your background, where you're from, how you ended up at State.
So I've been at State for the past 16 years, came on as an assistant professor of economics after doing a postdoc at the University of Texas at Dallas. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, so I am a Southern girl. My family is still there, so it's nice and convenient to be close. But I've had a really wonderful time here, and it's just this exciting new chapter to be able to have this opportunity to come in and lead the department that I've been a part of for so many years.
Well, I know that you are very popular with the students and amongst your peers in the College of Business, and we've known each other for some years.
Thank you.
But that could be just a real nice, cushy, comfortable position. So why the department head? Because all of a sudden now you get all the headaches.
Not headaches, challenges.
I'm sorry, opportunities.
Exactly,
You
opportunities.
have opportunities.
So I've been fortunate enough to have some really great mentors in the past. Mike Highfield was the past department head, Paul Grimes before that, and it's wonderful when the department head understands that that's their role. And so on some level, this is me having an opportunity to give back in that way, to be able to assist junior faculty on their path to tenure, to get to know my faculty and what their interests are, and now you're there to help them achieve their goals. So that's honestly, it's kind of fun.
So you sort of see yourself as a great enabler, right? What can I do to set you up to win?
I would hope so.
Yeah, great. All right, so we've got moms, dads, kids out there thinking, maybe I want to go to Mississippi State, maybe I want to go study business, maybe I want to be a finance or econ major. What would that look like for them? What would you tell them? What can we offer?
Okay, I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what the field is. Sometimes in an introductory class, when I ask students, what's the first thing you think of when you think of economics? It's like, oh, profit, and that's such a narrow part of it. For both finance and for both economics, it's about what are the choices that individuals make and what are the choices that firms make. Now, in finance, they're more interested in what are those financial decisions. In econ, it's so broad. We're interested in why do you make the health decisions that you make? Why did you choose to go to this school instead of that school? What made you enter or exit the labor market? I mean, we asked all sorts of questions.
So you're really, economics is more about the why than the what. Finance is the what. What are those numbers, right? And are you looking for motivation?
Well, now, economists deal a lot with numbers too, so I'm not going to say.
I did not mean to imply that you didn't.
I think that perhaps economists get their fingers in a lot of different pies. Again, when you break down all of the fields in economics, it's extensive. Again, everything from micro to macro to monetary policy to labor to health to education, sports economics, cultural economics.
That's where I want to go. I want to go to cultural economics, because in our early conversation, you were talking about research you've done related to arts education and economics. So tell us a bit about that.
So this is an interesting story. We had a former graduate student, Thomas Henry, who had played in band all his life and had heard these stories of, oh, music students have higher SAT scores and higher grades. And he was thinking, I wonder if that's really true. I wonder if I got into the data, what would happen. And so I started working with him as an advisor, but also realized, wow, what he's doing, I could do with the Texas data. And it started this long path of looking at accountability data coming out of the state of Texas, and what arts programs are available in public high schools? What can students take? Who takes it? And then what is the impact that they have on education outcomes that we care about?
All right, so can you bottom line that for us? Is there some sort of causal relationship between the arts?
Okay. Causal is
you've got a minute, so remember that.
Causal is really hard to isolate that, but we did some research that's pretty rigorous and gets close to that. And there's still this strong link between arts participation and staying in school. And the idea is that the arts are engaging, and if students are engaged and interested in their classes, maybe in their arts classes, maybe they'll stick around for their science class and their math class.
But none of that should have surprised you because you're a classically trained pianist, right? So it was a great fit.
Well, it's certainly fun to be able to do research where you have a personal connection. You know, I tell people that I don't need somebody to tell me that the arts result in positive education outcomes to know that I want to participate in it and that I want my kids to participate in it. But it certainly has been a really interesting path as a researcher to have my personal life jive with the research that I'm doing.
Well, congratulations on your new role as department head.
Thank you.
Thank you for your many years of service to Mississippi State, and just one more reason to come to the College of Business. We're going to take a break. Be back with more in just a moment.
The Entrepreneurship Center exists to give innovators here at Mississippi State an edge. Our goal is to provide startups with the resources and support they need to reach the marketplace and ultimately achieve success.
Success for us was growing our company from 2 founders to 8 employees.
Success for me was turning my personal lifestyle into a corporate partnership.
Success for us is turning academic research into applied engineering solutions.
Success for me was turning my passion into a profitable opportunity.
The success of our entrepreneurs is a team effort. It takes a strong support infrastructure of people to encourage innovation and explore new ventures. We need business leaders to mentor and guide these visionaries through the practical challenges and do everything we can to give them a shot at real success.
Imagine the next big idea from the next generation of business leaders. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest has been with us before, and she is one of our all-stars. Anna Barker started as a student entrepreneur and is now a bigwig in Glow. How are you?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
I am great. Thank you for being here. We've got lots to talk about, but for folks who may not be familiar with Glow, go ahead and tell folks what your product is.
Yeah, so Glow actually started, interestingly enough, as a classroom project. Hagan, who's my partner, and his original co-founder, Kaylie, had to create something for a graphic design class, and a teacher recommended them over to the East Center where they got to meet you and Eric. And it's kind of been history from there. It developed from that to an actual business that Hagan and I run downtown. We have 8 employees that work for us now, and we've sold over 1 million units of it in 36 countries. But Glow basically is a liquid activated lighted technology. You can drop it into any liquid and it lights up.
Looks like an ice cube, and you drop it in the liquid. My understanding is the liquid completes the circuitry and then it changes all different colors. And originally this was put into beverages, but you have pivoted, as great entrepreneurs do, into a whole nother market, and it's enabled you to give back. So tell us about Glow Kids.
Yeah. So as you're saying, it's really simple, and it was really interesting in the hospitality and entertainment industry because it could be branded and used in specialty drinks and at big events that event planners are putting on in weddings and things. And so it actually pivoted. Interestingly, we always say that the kids market kind of fell in our lap because it pivoted from a customer who had gone out. I think that it was in the Northeast, in a state in the Northeast of the U.S. She'd gone to a restaurant and got a Glow in her drink, and when she got it and realized it had to be in liquid, it made her think of her son Bishop, who is severely autistic and terrified of the bath. And she called us and she said, I know this doesn't seem like much to you, but this is our everyday routine. You know, every day he has to do something he's terrified of. So she took it home, knowing that how children love light and are always attracted to it. And she said, I want you to know that he's 5 years old, and this is the first time he's ever taken a bath on his own. And so as sales trends increase, we saw this trend increase with it of not only children who are on the spectrum for autism being pretty terrified of the bath, that's a pretty common thing, but also just children who are fussy and don't want to get in the bath. If you could create something that would engage them, but it'd still encourage imaginative play, and they had to be in the water to play with it, then it could kind of solve that problem of a kid being fussy at bath time. So that's how we created Globe House.
And you've partnered now with the Batson's Children's Hospital, so they're going to benefit from Glow as well.
Yeah, so the Globe House kind of shocked us at the early success. We didn't know anything about it. Hagan, my partner, and I, neither of us have children, so it was a really brand new market to us. We introduced it for pre-orders in January. We didn't start shipping until March of this year. It's now in retailers in 45 states and has just been picked up by Nordstrom. It'll be going in all 118 Nordstrom stores, and Cracker Barrel will be putting it in all 644 stores as well.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, and so with that success, we had decided to stay and develop the company here in the state of Mississippi, and something that we were really passionate about was being able to give back. But mostly to show our commitment to the children in the state of Mississippi and to the work that's happening right here. And so we have partnered with Batson Children's Hospital, and so for every Glow Pal that is sold across the nation and abroad, we'll be giving part of that profit to Batson Children's Hospital as they're going through an expansion right now. And so it's actually on the side of our packaging now. So when you walk into a Nordstrom or a Cracker Barrel or any of our retailers across the U.S., you'll see the Batson Children's Hospital logo.
Well, needless to say, we're so proud of you, and we just had a wonderful visit from our two sitting senators and the president of the university at our E-Center, and we thought who better to explain what we do and what we're all about than you and Hagan. So there you are explaining. That's on the left sitting down is Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith. And there you are talking about Glow, and I think we have there's obviously President Keenum standing up there talking, and that is Senator Wicker down on the right. This was an important visit for us, and what you shared with them really helped illustrate what we do when we do it right, or when you do it right, because all we are doing is enabling you as student entrepreneurs to start and grow a business.
Well, we're doing a lot right because of the Center for Entrepreneurship, and I always put in the plug for Jeffrey and Eric whenever I can. I graduated last May, and Hagan graduated before that, and it's the reason we decided to stay in the state of Mississippi. It's the reason why I think every single success that we've had so far and that we will have could directly correlate and be connected back to the Center for Entrepreneurship, and specifically to what you and Eric have done. And so it's so cool to get to stay in Starkville and get to still be a part of it, to get to be a part of things like what was happening on Monday and hearing about the grant. And so we feel very fortunate, but also we know that none of that would have happened without the College of Business and MSU and the Center for Entrepreneurship.
We will leave it at that, and I tell you this all the time, but we're so proud of you, and look forward to having you back. We'll do a whole show on Glow, so folks we'll do some show and tell. Folks, that's going to do it for us. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time on Dividends.